Right. I dive into lower time frame observation. Euro USD, the 9th of December 2024. Let's go from the monthly actually. From the monthly we can see we actually tap into demand. Demand with run this low with previous range and means slow rejection to the upside. This doesn't necessarily say price is going to shoot up, but it's definitely give you cause and understanding for price to come into this level and then shoot back down. Okay, why? The way price moved here, range initiation, strong break, lows being put in, and then further break. That tells me price wants to seek higher attention. Why? Range initiation with the break of structure, pullback structure, mitigation, and continuation. We're probably going to see further mitigation into this level. So essentially, NYC is going to be pretty bullish. But you can definitely see it coming deeper into this POI. Alright. Let's go to the weekly. In the weekly we see we've put in a high, we've put in a low. This is our relative A to B. Why is this our relative A to B? This is the most previous initiation structure to the downside. And it kept initiation. Now what do we see? We see price came back, tap into that 50% range and created an internal sideways range being contained sideways at 50%. So this was quite a choppy period, quite an emotional period in a sense. Definitely fantastic opportunities here still, especially here in this legs here. But yeah, some people cannot understand trading at shit location. You're not gonna adjust. Trading at bad locations not quite easy. Bring it down to the daily. I will only go to the daily. On the daily we see that this is that sideways range and price was contained 50%. 50% is quite terrible, but in premium we see sell and buy narratives. So that was what we had to just focus on for the entire week, essentially buying low, selling high, more so. But after we run this level, we saw initiation to the downside. This low became a target. The low was liquidated, price pulled back into a 50% relative. I think no, that's 25% sell. And then we saw further initiation running all of these stack lows and actually breaking this POI. Why is this level here marked up? Let's see. Oh, inside bar, that's why. Inside bar with a strong rejection wick as liquidity in the ran to the upside. So seeing a potential buy reaction is not incorrect understanding. That doesn't necessarily mean we can actually follow through. But getting a reaction here can just be that internal buy side into sell side. So that can be a fairly solid understanding, a solid play in the future. But internally what do we have? We have this initiation, we have a fantastic range at 50% with liquidity. Obviously it's always liquidity, usually fall. But what happened when coming down? Where's the low? This is the low. Before the low we created a range. That's usually a POI that I would like to look at, but this POI did get run through, so I'm not interested in it anymore unless we actually tap into this range here. Liquidity, range, liquidity, mitigation, continuation. Oh snap. We do have a range here. And what else do we have in that understanding? Range, initiation to the downside. Did we run significant levels? We ran these, but not anything too extreme. But we set that intention to the downside. Price pullback, we didn't see a deep pullback. We have stack highs, relative stack highs, sorry, further initiation to the downside. This would be in the pullback structure, price tapping into liquidity, seeing that reaction, internal BOS, but that was the fake out or the trap to allow retail to become liquidity. And then what happened? Those sellers get enthused out mitigation and possibly seeking then the continuation. Okay. Because we've also tapped 50% of this range. So having a sell narrative here isn't incorrect necessarily. It's never incorrect. Only in hindsight you can understand whether you're correct or not, but looking at it, you can see that sell narrative there quite clearly. I mean, this is a strong wick. We could definitely see mitigation at 50% because this seems like an initiation wick with internal BOS. Let's go to the 4 hour. Don't have the 12 hour available because we don't spend money on this now. Yeah, it's large rejection wick and a big bearish engulfing candle. So expecting this highs to get liquidated isn't wrong. Just don't get your hopes up, obviously. But how are we moving into this POI? Low, high, low, a new high be put in. So we're expecting that new low to be liquidated or put in, so the possible price to come into this range here. Run of this low, see new intention to the upside, but we could also clearly break. A to B wise, this did break 50%, so that's actually valid in the sense of we didn't necessarily initiate. We did. No, we've run the high, price pullback 50%. We didn't initiate, so this is clearly price slowing down before coming into the POI and seeing that strong rejection, running all of this liquidity to the downside. What we have on the opposite side, we have initiation to the downside quite clearly and quite strong. So if we understand the initiation structure, we should clearly only look for 50%. Why? In continuation. I mean, you could even look for these highs here to be liquidated and then further initiation to the downside. Because price is specs 50. And we have quite a solid wick here actually. So that can be understood in the future. In the future being within a few days, because this is intraday right now. But looking at it from the opposite side, where do we tap into? We tap into this demand, this buy side, and we see liquidity. Does this low see a BOS? No, not necessarily. Internally, yes, but not necessarily a follow through. So I don't expect this to really follow through, but this could be what drives price into sell side. We are relative high in price as well, which can further assist that narrative into selling. Because what do we get at these high prices? We got sell intention from these prices previously. So selling here is not bad, but buying here relative is also not bad. But that's the thing. Put your location on. You're buying high, relatively well. What's the best you can do, yeah? It's just to be observer, I think. Because you can understand clearly it's not the best, even relative speaking. Where was it Tuesday or Wednesday? Valid sell high, but it was incorrect. buying high. I think it was Thursday. Between this low and this high. Yes. This is what Minto said, Chucks. This being the relative A to B, this was high price then and this was low price. You don't want to buy at high price. Even this year is terrible. Yes, it did play out. I had a buy narrative. It's just my location, or not location, but my setup was absolutely terrible. But my understanding of where price wants to go is fantastic, right? It's just a matter of being patient and choosing the most high probability area to execute from, and the location to provide you with that. And look where price came into. Sell high intention, sell high intention. But you get my point. It's not the best area. But even if you take this A to B, this is where we were contained on Friday. The exact same narrative in the sense of we're buying high, and then what we have, a new bearish initiation to the downside. Internally, yes, this range did initiate to the upside, but tap of 50%, no further pullbacks. And this is similar to pullback structure into mitigation and initiation. So I don't expect this to actually play out, obviously, like I said that already. But understanding that this pullback structure into that mitigation to the downside further emphasizes that we have a sell narrative right now. So intraday, what would you expect? We have a fractal. Yeah, it's a fractal. We've run significant lows, stack lows, relative stack lows. So this could be the bullish pullback structure, but honestly, I honestly don't expect price to come crazy high up. Buying low or relative low isn't terrible, but it's not high probs. It's really not. So I would rather observe today's session, especially since it's Monday. Please, brother, I don't even have an ad block. I'm ending the stream here with this dang bots. But yeah, essentially just being an observer until price provides you with high quality setups. Because that's the issue lately. I've been a part of crap, honestly. And even then, when does the actual setup come? It comes pre-London. London only starts at 10. Even these two setups is not necessarily the best, because we don't see a clear BOS on this initiation. If there is a clear BOS on this initiation, that's fine. But look at how we came in. Strong initiation to the downside. Price creating liquidity at the top. It's not the best. Go back to this is what I was mentioning. You have a buy narrative with good understanding, but your locations is crap. This is hindsight. Don't mind that. Your locations are crap. Where you decide to execute upon is terrible. But this was the range of understanding for the session. Yes, it's quite a bigger range. It might seem a range, but this is a range, and I have pre-identified it. The moment this low got run, because this is the most significant low. Why? It's a fractal. We see a low be put in, liquidation of the left side, and price initiates to the upside. This becomes a target in the future. Once the target's run, bullish narrative comes into play, initiation. This is what I mean by, if I were to buy, this is the range with the internal initiation inside of a previous POI. What does price do? Price runs liquidity and taps into said POI. Similar to, freak off, man. ways that other I'm you know what I'm talking about, just moments before. That's a fantastic opportunity in the sense of a ton of poops, right? But that doesn't necessarily mean it's your setup or your execution. Because to me, honestly, it wasn't mine. But this would have been this that I showed you now. Liquidation, lows we put in, liquidation, mitigation, continuation, safe stop loss below the range. Fantastic. That you can even get the 50 or 50 or, well, I mean, if you hold it for 5 days, yeah, you can. But you get my point. I just want to prove a point now. 21, gonna get the 50. I cannot 36, whatever. You get the point. Not actually taking 36 hours, max maybe 10. But trying to keep my stuff realistic and keeping it consistent. Taking what price is given. Fuck. Taking what. Please come back. Thank you. Taking what price is given me. But yes, I will end the recording now and upload this to YouTube. Thank you. Bye.